These tubes are 4 by 8 with 3/8 inch thick walls and are pretty heavy. I think the heaviest one is about 280 pounds. Most of them are 140, 150. They all have open ends that you can use to rack them. You just can't have any rack marks in the bar itself. There are also, some of them have these pocket cutouts that we just saw there. And those might help you with some of the longer length bars. Here you see the open ends. There's the pocket cut. So I don't know if you can make a shelf to kind of rest it on while you paint. You still have to paint that backside as well. The open end, I don't know if you have something that can hook in there. There's also some bolt holes. Maybe you have some pins you can hang things on. And then we have a bunch of cuts where we have this leg extending, and that leg needs to be protected. These tubes are lighter. They're 6 by 2 with an 1/8 inch wall, so they're not very heavy. There's 190 of them throughout the job. A lot of them have welded end blocks that you see here at each end, and there's 2 tapped holes in those blocks. If you have a 1/4-20 eye bolt, you could thread that in. Maybe even a 1/4-20 bolt would help you rack it off the end. Some of the other tubes are welded each end, which is on the top rack here. And you see them welded, and then the bottom rack has them open both ends, similar to the 4 by 8. So you can kind of get a hook to hold it in there. But keep in mind where that notch opens up, that's the most visible part, so we don't want the hook to obstruct any painting. The ones with welded ends have pairs of holes that go through the tube. It's not exactly a foot on every one. They vary, but 10 to 14 inches. And there's a lot of different holes in there. So here, if you had a 1/4 inch pin that you could use, you could pass it through the bar and have one at each end and hang it off of a pin. But keep in mind that where the area where the pin goes in, there's only about an inch, inch and a half that won't be visible. These are 6 by 2 1/4 inch wall tubes, and some of them are cut with the notches open end as you see here in this photo. So you can maybe get a hook to go in there. They have the overlapping extended wall, either 1 inch or 2 inch. And then other ones have a big welded plate with 1/4-20 tapped holes in the side. The big heavy plate, you can use some kind of clamp to grab that plate. It's visible, but it's a little bit in shadow, so if you've got to leave a mark, leave it on the welded end. The other end of the bar is open, so you could maybe hook it on something there. And then there are tapped holes in the side. The 1x4 tubes are the lightest tubes we have. There's several hundred of them, and they're open both ends. Hopefully you can hook something off the end just to hold it while you're painting it. Keep in mind that notch that kind of goes on the small leg of the tube, that's visible. That's the bottom of the trellis. So the owner will be able to walk right underneath and look up at this. So these tubes are very light and open both ends. Hopefully there's a good way for you to rack them up. I threw in a couple of clips. They're also on the drawings. This is a box connection. So it's open on the inside. The channels are open. We're more interested in painting the exterior of these open shapes. And we have some bigger posts, and you can clamp where I have my thumb and finger grabbing the plate there.